He's got a great head of hair on him, a little salt and pepper, but when he runs a wrestling practice, he gets down, he does the push-ups with the kids, he does the sit-ups with the kids, he stretches with the kids. When he's demonstrating a move, he actually gets on the mat and he does the move from start to finish. He just doesn't tell the kids to do it this way or that way. He actually does it. At the end of the practice, he gets behind the ropes at the West Hill Gym. He climbs up the ropes, just using his arms. He doesn't use his feet. He's he would say he leads by example. Us other coaches that can't do that stuff, we just say to show. But we love him. And you know who I'm talking about. We're talking about Mike Battinelli, Senior, not Junior. Even though Junior is not a slouch himself. Matter of fact, if you look at both of them, from the other side, it's hard to tell the difference. Now, if you're a parent here or your family that hasn't been around youth wrestling here in Stamford for over 3 years, you probably don't know this. About 4 years ago, the Wellington Mara Coaching Awards Committee was looking for, they sent out a notice to all the clubs in Stamford looking for nominees for the Coaching of the Year award. Now, if you know the Wellington Maras, they own the New York Giants, correct? They own the Giants. And it's a very prestigious award. And on top of that, the recipient's club gets $2,000. So it's a big thing. So we immediately thought, Mike Battinelli, that's the only person that we could nominate for this. So we submitted Mike's name. We got a bunch of testimonials from people that have been touched by Mike. And I just want to read to you one of the testimonials so that you can understand the importance that Mike Battinelli has played with Stamford Wrestling. 1 second, this should be fair. I first heard about Mike Battinelli when he was a star wrestler at Stamford High back in the 70s. I can say that because he's not here. I officially met him in 1994 when he brought his son, Mike Jr., to his first wrestling practice at the Stamford Jewish Community Center. For the next 16 years, I have watched in amazement how Mike has used the sport of wrestling as a vehicle to touch the lives of a generation of kids in Stamford and surrounding areas. Now, even though Mike has coached other sports in this part of the state, he is Mr. Wrestling. If there's anything going on with wrestling, you can be sure Mike Battinelli is there. He has boundless energy and devotion to his teams. During the wrestling season, I have seen him coach 3 different wrestling practices in one day. He would start out at the Dolan Middle School, then he would go to the Stamford High School, and then he would finish up at the evening practice at the Stamford Jr Wrestling Club. Now, that's a lot of wrestling. This didn't even take into consideration all the tournaments and matches he attends on the weekends. You would think he would be exhausted, but he always ran his practices with enthusiasm and a smile on his face. His love of kids is evident in the way he mentors his wrestlers and becomes a surrogate parent to those lacking parental support. While other coaches get paid to coach, Mike coaches at his own expense. He would drive around town picking up kids, he would feed them during the tournaments, and then afterwards he would take them home. He sacrifices his summer vacations to take his wrestlers to wrestling camp. And he can do this because he has instilled in his family the passion for coaching and helping kids. His wife and his kids can always be seen at wrestling practices or tournaments helping out. It's second nature for the Battinelli family, and it's no big deal. It's lucky for us. Mike is a leader in the community. His ability to work with and motivate others is remarkable. He was our first president of Stamford Jr Wrestling. His 4 years as president got us through those rough early years and helped us to build a strong volunteer base. This allowed us to expand our program and reach more kids. He has been the driving force behind youth wrestling for the past 16 years. He has been around long enough to coach his wrestlers at the elementary level, up to the middle level, and then to high school levels. It's very common for his former wrestlers to come down to see him at one of the high school practices. He has touched the lives of a generation of kids. Anyone that has had the good fortune to work with him has come away inspired by his commitment and unselfishness. When you think of the qualities a good coach should possess, you need to look no further than the coaching career of Mike Battinelli. He exemplifies all that the Wellington Mara Coach of the Year Award is about and would be an excellent choice. Now, Mike was an excellent choice. As a matter of fact, he was the unanimous choice of the committee. He beat out a lot of very popular coaches that coached in the other big sports, the footballs, the baseballs, the soccer, the hockey, everything. So it was a great honor for him to receive. And it was a great honor for the sport of wrestling, because when do you ever have wrestling beat these other sports? Hardly ever. And the $2,000 that the club got didn't hurt either. We put that towards the purchase of our first mat, so it came in very handy. Now, Mike and I have been down this road together, since the very beginning. We watched each other's kids grow up. I remember when little Mikey was little Mikey.
Not so more.
Mike this year has passed on the reins to his son, Mike Jr. Mike has carried on the tradition, as you heard the guys say. The accomplishments this year of the middle school has been phenomenal. This has been our best middle school season ever. And with Battinelli's still around and following the tradition and the legacy, I think our future in middle school wrestling is going to be very good. So Mike can't be here tonight because, of course, he's in Dallas coaching the Yukon wrestling team at their nationals. So I'm going to give the award to Junior, and he's going to give it to him. And I just want us to all, you get this, Jason? Okay. My son is videotaping this because we're gonna send it down to him in Dallas. I'd like everybody here to just show Mike how much loving he has in this group. I want everybody to stand up and.
All right, so that's it, right? Good night, everybody. Okay, so